the other side. So I'm on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. When we talk about institutional racism, I thank the good Lord above that the Center for Disease Control, the CDC, employees called on agencies to declare racism a public health crisis. It really is. Racism is a public health crisis. We got too many governmental agencies and doing things it shouldn't do. And when people need their help, they don't get it all. And they don't get the help they need at all. They don't get it at all. And it's a shame to say, but it's true. They don't get it all. When you think of systematic racism, you think of what it does. You think how it destroys a life. You think how it destroys a family. You think how it destroys a community. You think how it destroys everything that helps a community to build. Everything that helps a community to grow. Everything that would help that community to make it. Racism is true. It is something that the Center for Disease Control finally looked at. The AMA took a look at it, and I'm glad they're saying something about it. Defunding police officers may sound great. That don't stop the racism, do it? No, it don't. Defunding police officers may sound great, but it don't stop the racism, do it? Defunding a police officer may sound good, but it don't stop the racism. You understand what I'm saying? You could defund a police officer. That don't stop the racism. Systematic racism is very real. Very real. Very, very real. It is very real and it's very dangerous. People use it to keep people out of jobs. They use it to keep people out of housing. They use it to keep people for rising up in life and having a life. They use it and keep people down. They use systematic racism to destroy lives of other people, people of color. They use it also to get us out and many other things, discrimination against people of different agendas. They use it so many times to do wrong. Systematic racism. This is done. This going out over Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. When I see that the Centers for Disease Control and that's out letting all agencies know that it exists. You take a man like Mr. Floyd, here come the police. Floyd is handcuffed. He puts the knee on Mr. Floyd's neck, kills him. Mm-hmm. Now, people defending it. What you defending that killing for? But not only Mr. Floyd. Take the man who hears a young man playing music, the child playing music, walks up to the car, bow, bow, kills him, claims it's a threat. That happened again. Bow, bow, it's a threat. Tamir Rice playing in the park. Bow, he shot and killed. Trayvon Martin trying to make it home. Man ain't even a cop. Bow, shoots him. You tell me that as a man of color, that there ain't no racism. It's not systematic. We take the very institutions that's supposed to be protecting us, or the very institutions you have a job, you go to retire. Or matter of fact, you get hurt. Let's just say you get hurt. You got to battle. Now you don't really get anything. You know why? Systematic racism. I said it about New York State retirement system. Showing up there. Showing up there said about it. Something is clearly wrong with you when you allow such blatant racism in your departments. Not only that, throughout the whole system. I remember the district attorney. This is before COVID ever showed up. I called and I said, well, we'd like to see to the DA and work on issues. So the lady, I told her we're from one. Woo, this lady went off crazy. Like she went off, she went yelling, she went screaming. She went saying all these different harmful things and all these different nasty things and this and that and that and this and this and that and that and this. This lady went buck wild crazy. Now I wonder, did Tim Sini ever take a look at the systematic racism in his department? Will you go on and arrest the man of color? He's part of the county legislature. But look, all the young black men you arrested that ain't never done nothing. What do you got to say about that, Tim Sini? Well, every cop that done an arrest, it had to be legal, like, because you know what, there ain't no problem. Oh, there ain't nothing because I'm the district attorney and there ain't no problem. Tim Sini, you didn't give a shit about them black people. You didn't give a shit about it. I know we having wine dance rising down in Babylon. Want no systematic racism? Come here to wine dance to see how they're doing it. Just drive through Saturday. You don't think that racism exists? I can't even get the things here in my community. Look at our school system. See, I'm glad kids are online. It takes away a lot of stuff. Google is good. But we still have people like Optima and whatever. That's our messing up system. We're going to talk about racism. Take housing. You know, we had housing problems. Here's a real estate, redlining, right along with banks, redlining. Redlining black communities. Oh, they ain't never stopped redlining. They're redlining black communities, making it more difficult for you to buy a home. They know it exists. So now they had this little meeting. I'll never forget they was in a county in High Park. So here it is, everybody standing up and blah, 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 blah. But did they solve the problem? No. We could go on and on and on and on and on and on and on. But now I think the Center for Disease Control and I think the AMA, and that's how we hear that the World Health Organization is going to take a look at you with all the world and say, you are sick. You have a problem. You mentally are something wrong with you. Something is wrong with your system when it comes to people of color. Something is clearly wrong. Something is wrong with your system. Something ain't normal about you. Something ain't normal. We say something ain't normal about you. People come in there. You know, I worked on a job. I worked for the Pilgrim Psychiatric Center, where I retired from. The food service department. That's how, you want to tell about racism? I had a supervisor sitting in her office, told me that she didn't eat what she should. I'm a man of color. I needed something. Here it was. They call it affirmative action. It had black people running. I wouldn't even call them black people. They felt though she didn't do no wrong. Here's the head of the hospital, the director, the big person. Didn't do nothing. Personnel had a director. Didn't do nothing. There was the union, the Civil Service Employee Association. Didn't do nothing. So don't tell me that racism don't exist. Don't tell me that racism don't exist in governmental agencies, because they know racism exists in governmental agencies. They know it exists. They know it exists. They know it exists in governmental agencies. I know it exists. They know it exists. You tell me that I need to understand. What do I need to understand? What racism do I need to understand? You take a person in front of a judge. The judge will hand out more time or just be clearly racist to somebody of color. Just right out. Even if it's a lie. Lie on us in a minute. Ain't the first time we ever been lied on in court by the judge, by the jury, by the district attorney, by the police department, by others. Ain't the first time. Won't be the last. Definitely ain't the first time. Won't be the last time. You understand what I mean? You want to know how people of color are treated. I had a man, part of the fire department. He want to act like he's a big person, but really he's not. So he seen me one day and he said something so racist to me. I didn't say nothing back to him. He believed he had the right to talk to me in that manner. I don't talk to him like that. I remember calling my senators off field balls, needed help. God tell me on the phone, but they didn't do that. You know what? Then that line, that's blatantly lying. You know what they could lie to me? I'm a man of color. They knew they weren't going to do it. Simple. One day I had to talk to the state recently. Lady act like she couldn't hear me. Please. She could hear me. She heard everything else. See, I want to tell you about racism. Racism is real. Racism is wicked. And racism is systematic. Racism is in everything we do. From an everyday shopping, we go into the store, we still followed around. Like if we're going to rip the place off. If I go with the DMV, it's still a problem. Even if I do it online, it's still a problem. No more different. We're trying to wipe racism out of everything. Out of everything. We can't be cheated in our retirement, but we are. Thought we cheated out our little retirement money. Cheat us in a minute. I'm going to come off here. And I want y'all to think about systematic racism. And I want you to know that the Center for Disease Control is taking up the fight for the NSL and the AMA is also taking up the same battle about racism. And I think the good Lord above, that they're taking on such a matter that needs somebody to handle it. Somebody better than who's handling it right now. I need somebody who's going to give a damn about people. I'm no elected official. Oh, there's a lot of elected officials around me. Oh, from the town of Babylon, from Suffolk County, from the federal. Oh, I watch and I say, son, I watch Hispanic and black people when they get there. Some black people, when they get there, they act like they ain't black no more. Almost something happened to them. Now they black. Now they black. But other than that, they don't act like they're black. I mean, not at all. They think that they're something else. We have to go through so much. Association of American Medical College in America, the AMA, the Association of American Medical College, the AMA. See, I could tell you by knowing because I live it each and every day. I live it each and every day of my life. Every day that I take my breath, and every day that I'm above ground. But even when we die, racism plays itself out. Think about the vaccine. Watch how it plays itself out. And our governor said it right. Our governor got there and said, I'm going to tell you what they're going to do. They ain't going to help people of color. They're going to wait. And if somebody dies, so what? Ain't the first time people of color been done wrong before. But when I want you to remove the Napoli from office. The Napoli, I'm going to say it again about your whole office. About your staffing, you, and everybody there need to be fired. It's a matter of time because they're talking about agency. Your agency, you, sir, need to be locked up. You a very racist person. You do more harm to a black community. And when people work for the state, you do more harm than good. You call yourself a Democrat. So that just a thing you use to do your dirt. But nobody looking at Democrat, Republican no more. I like when Biden said, I'm not going to be a president. They just look at Democrat, Republican. No, he's not going to do that. He's going to look at the problems. I want you to look at the problems, situations, and see can you help fix them. Everybody take care.